Paul O'Connor. Paul O'Connor. Paul, where are you? There you are. Welcome, Paul.
Thanks. Hello. Taos Portraits. If anyone's nervous out there, just calm down. We're doing a book right now on these portraits I've been doing for the past 22 years. Bill Whaley is editor-in-chief. Kelly Palshok and David Hunley have done the art directing and designing. Rod Goebel, I'm going to spin through a couple of these. Rod Goebel was my inspiration. Rod Goebel was my inspiration in this project. He did a series of portraits. That's Philip Bryce being painted right there. He did myself and a number of other people. And I decided, and that's actually the first portrait I did in Taos, Bill Rain. I decided to boldly go where every photographer's gone before. The portrait of the artist. And the reason I'm behind the camera and not behind a microphone is because I'm totally nervous. R.C. Gorman was quite a subject. This was a difficult shot to get him without his trademark smile. So I had him close his eyes, waited for those cheeks to fall, and asked him to open his eyes and got this shot. Mildred Tolbert did what I did 30, 40 years before me. In fact, she has a wonderful book that's for sale here in the bookstore. And we photographed many of the same people. She shot them when they were young, and I shot them when they were old. I don't do smiles either, by the way. Bea Mendelman, we have her space next door to us. It's funny, I always call this a nude photo. Even though she was fully dressed, I just feel like she was just totally right there, present, exposed to the camera. Frank Waters wrote a wonderful book, many books, but The Man Who Killed the Deer. He was 91 in 1991 when I shot this. So I started this I started with mostly the old timers, you know, Frank Waters, Saki Karavis, and then some younger artists, Meliz Keefe. So the book, the other thing, if I'm going to just segue, we're looking for stories as well. So our website that's at the front, taosportraits.com, and at the end, Jim Wagner. You can go there, and there's a way you can submit stories. Jim, who I think was born with a beard, his shrink told him he was hiding behind the beard and he should shave it. So I did this portrait about 4 or 5 days after he'd shaved his beard. Walter Chappelle, another one born with a beard, I think. I don't know if you know Walter. He lived in El Rito, and his forte was photographing nudes in nature. And we're driving out there to do this photo, and my wife says, you know what, why don't you drop me off at Ojo, go do your shoot. And of course he answers the door stark naked. Gray Mercer, sculptor. A funny story about this, I had to get a big ladder to get him up there, and I'm under my cape on the 4x5 camera, and his 4-year-old daughter, Rachel's in the car, and she says, what are you doing? And I said, I'm shooting your dad. She went so crazy I had time for one shot. Dennis Hopper. I used to photograph his paintings as well, and I'd always show up to shoots without a clock. And so I'd ask people, can I borrow your watch? He said, no. So he'd sit there and he'd do the time for me, and I did that portrait. Ted Egri. Kind of speechless there. Anyways. So again, hopefully invite you to Tony Magar, invite you to the website, see the list of people who will be in the first book. I'm hoping volume 1 of several of an ongoing project. And submit stories. Bill Whaley is the editor, and he'll help you with editing or whatnot. If it doesn't make it into the book, Tally Richards. If it doesn't make it into the book, it will be in the archives on the website, so people can reference those stories. Let's see. Bill Gersh, comedian extraordinaire. Are we done yet? What? Malcolm Brown. There was a whole group of these, within the last of the Taos Moderns, basically, that I was fortunate to not only know, but work for and photograph, who did a whole series of artwork dealing with people's profiles. So of course I did his profile. He's now running mezcal from Mexico. He's still an amazing, amazing artist. In fact, I did the, and then Susan Hainsworth. Again, I'm done with all the Taos Moderns and starting to do a younger generation. Not that I'm done with them, but they're not here anymore. And it's just an ongoing project. That's our website. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Paul. Really nice. Thank you, Paul.